for breast implants and enhancement, women have provided various reasons why they opt for such surgeries. The entire month of October has been set aside to raise awareness on breast cancer, which is the most common cancers among women in parts of the world. Ghana Web is seeking answers from health experts on reasons why women should screen their breasts regularly, as well as advice for women who ever consider getting a breast implant or enhancement. What do you think has contributed to most women not having the habit of getting their breast screened, even with breast cancer awareness month? I know there are most women who are going to miss it and then not get their breast screened. What has contributed to this fact?
Our biggest problem is the late presentation. I have been in this discipline for a very long time. We did a study on stage migration. In other words, at what stage are patients presenting? And I can tell you that over 20 years, there has not been any change in the stage at presentation. The proportion of patients coming with stage 3 and stage 4 disease has not changed in the past 20 years. And if you continue doing one thing and you get the same results, it should tell you that you are wrong somewhere. I have nothing against celebration of World Cancer Day and all kinds of days. I have nothing. I mean, it's good. But I would prefer that we approached it in a more systematic fashion. In other words, it will be entrenched in our healthcare system so that you wouldn't have to wait for 1 year before you hear a message on breast cancer.
So what may ask, is breast cancer curable?
There are other variables which are difficult to control. For instance, if you have breast cancer the same size between two men, the behavior may be different. There are some aggressive types, right? And there are types that are slow growing. So the outcomes between these two may be different because of the biology of the disease. Breast cancer is not one disease. A chief cause why patients come in late, apart from that the breast cancer does not give you symptoms, is fear of losing the breast. Fear of losing the breast. And then our belief in other forms of treatment. Okay? So our belief in complementary and alternative medicine. That's the broad term we use for religious beliefs and herbal, pursuing herbal preparations and reflexology, and there are all kinds of, there are several categories of complementary and alternative medicines.
And still on the back of my question, because as a woman, there are so many products out there, even if it's not connected to breast cancer, but then for firmer boobs, it comes in pills, it comes in creams and all that. Can it have any side effect on the woman?
Yeah. We've published with the National Cancer Institute, US, regarding use of skin lightness. And most of the creams that people use contain steroids and also hydroquinones. We did not find a negative association between use of those creams and breast cancer, right? We didn't find any association as far as our study would allow, yes. In Ghana, the proportion of disease, the proportion of deaths attributable to non-communicable disease is about 43%, right? And of the 43%, the number one non-communicable disease is cardiovascular disease, in other words, heart disease and related diseases, followed by cancer, right? So cancer is becoming a major cause of non-communicable disease in Ghana. It is the second.
To check. The chest wall. I'm doing that on the left breast. Can you show that? Usually with breast self-examination, it's always good to do it every month after your menses. Usually we count it from the day you start your menses, so it could be between 7 to 10 days after menses. And it's always good to stand in front of a mirror, look at how your breasts look like. There's this other TLC, you touch, you look, you check. Some people like doing this examination under running water when they are bathing, because they have soap on their hands, and it becomes slippery, and it makes it more easier when you are looking out for something. So on the bed, you lie flat on the bed, put one hand under, one arm under the head, and you put your fingers together, your fingers together into a pad. And the pad part, you press it against your chest wall. You could do it round and round and round. Don't just move it, but try not to move it too much, but very slowly, trying to get all the various parts. Trying to go round and round and round. There's another one that you can do. It's linear. You could just go in a linear form like that, in a line form, up, down, and trying to press the tissues to the chest wall, and trying to do that. When you finish, especially at the middle, you try to find out if there's something also against the chest. When you press the pole just a bit to find out if there are any discharges. You do same to the other, and when you finish, you could also put your hand into your armpit to find out if you could find any lymph nodes or something.
Are you aware of the month of October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month?
Yes, please. I'm very aware of that. And then, no, please. I do the screening myself personally in the house. That's if I want to check, I either stand in front of the mirror and then raise one of my hands and then put on the back of my head to examine my breast thoroughly. And then it's more easier when you use maybe Nkuto or any smoothing pomade. It can be an oily stuff, for you to be able to use it properly. With that, it helps you in that circular motion for you to rub the breast very well. We do it to check any lump in the breast, any discharge, any abnormality that you think is not within the normal breast that we all know.
I would advise each and every woman to be screened every year. As in October is a breast cancer awareness month. So every October, each and every woman have to be screened of breast cancer. Or you can do self-examination of your breast. Anytime after your menses, you can examine your breast if you have a lump.
I have not been screened. I've not been screened, but I think I would go for the screening. Over the past years, we've been hearing about this breast cancer, and I urge everybody to go for the screening because it's very important. And I have a relative who is now like a patient of breast cancer.
I want to advise all the women out there, all the ladies out there to go and get their breast screen. It's not anything that is scary. It's very simple and it doesn't take time, like less than 10 minutes, you are done.
On the back of breast implants and all that, as a woman, would you opt for breast implants?
I personally, breast implants is a no-go area for me. But then other women prefer it because of their cosmetic reasons. They do it because maybe after childbirth or something, their breast is sagging, so they don't like it how it is. So to prevent that or to make them feel good and look good, they're going for it. So it's a plus for them, but then to me, I don't like it because it has its own complications in the near future.
I wouldn't advise anyone to go for breast implants because with everything we have side effects. What God have given you have to appreciate it. Either if it's small or it's big, like you have to appreciate whatever that God have given you. You don't have to go for implant.
I won't go for a breast implant because I'm okay with what I have, so I won't.
And you travel?
You know, sometimes it depends on the situation at hand. There are people who have, let's say, cancers and stuff, and so they will need implants just to be okay. And so in such a condition, you might opt for it. But if normal, although I have small boobs, I don't think I'll like something big because I'm okay with what God has given me. And you know, sometimes with childbirth also brings some changes. I haven't given birth, so maybe when I give birth, I'll get bigger boobs. So for now, I'm okay with this.
According to health experts, most women in Ghana report to the health facilities with advanced stages of breast cancer. Women are therefore being advised to get their breasts regularly screened to detect the early signs of breast cancer in order to save their lives. My name is Paulina Deda Opoku, reporting for Ghana Web.